We are live. Hi, everyone. Oh, hi, Sarah. You just came up. That's a beautiful.
From the basement.
That was amazing. I love that. So,
I literally crawled on my hands and knees to do that for you.
Thank you. Army crawled through your office. You're so fun. Well, this is great. So we are just going to open up the room, let people get in. I started it at 12:05, so it's just been a minute here. So I'm going to remove us from the stream just so we can, check our last emails or go to the bathroom or whatever. And then in a couple minutes, we will begin. So I'm going to do that. Another Sarah.
Hello.
The three Sarahs are back again. This is fantastic.
Sarah Cube. Sarah to the third power.
I think we take this on the road. Here, let me stop the music. Okay, cool. All right. Cool. Well, this is fantastic. Thank you guys for coming. This will be a pretty short session. I'm really happy to have Sarah, NFT VIP, here with us because she is a Web3 goddess who is doing amazing things and has an amazing background situation happening right now, which I'm super stoked about. Wow.
You like that?
I love it.
Fun, right? I was pretty happy about that.
Oh, you gotta send me that, or I don't know, tell me how to do that. That's really cool. And then we have yet another Sarah, which is the best.
It'll change every week.
Sarah and her H is sandwiched between the two H's, and then there we have it. This is perfect.
So technically, you have an H before and after your name now.
Right? You just doubled your H's. You lived a whole life without it, and now
I'm the Oreo. I'm the Oreo in the Sarah sandwich.
Exactly.
You're the cream.
I'm the
cookie.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you guys for coming. This is super great. Today's web session is Web3 for Beginners, NFTs 101, floor price, flipping, and holding. So Sarah, what would another Sarah, what do those mean? What do floor price, flipping, and holding mean to you? Yeah. Yeah.
Here's what I know. Floor price means the starting price.
No.
Right? It's the price that I pick up off the floor.
Yes, that's yeah. That means, yeah. So it's so funny. So I'm just joking. Obviously, I don't expect you to know the answer at all. So that's why we're doing this amazing conversation. So we are going to welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. And the agenda today, quickity spickety, WTF, our NFTs. I just want to go through this. Again, I think that it's important. The more you hear it in different ways, the more it gets ingrained in your head. Sometimes you just need to hear it a different way. And then we'll talk about flippers versus holders. And, people kind of know what a flipper is, like a house flipper. It's, a stock flipper. It's pretty much the same thing. And then we'll talk about floor price. The fuck? That's my...
I think it's the fuke. I think you're supposed to say da fook. So this is a family family show here.
I know. I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. Sorry. It's spelled that way. And then we'll do a Q&A, and then it's POAP time. And I'm going to claim the Vanity POAP live on air. I'll share my screen and I'll show how easy it is to claim, which is very cool. But also, Sarah, Vanity calls it a pop, right?
We've been just tongue-in-cheek calling it a pop. So if you're familiar with a POAP, it's just kind of our version of that, our proof of participation. The only thing that I think people will find really fun is that you can use your wallet to claim, but you don't need to. You can just sign in under an email, and it's just click, click, you're done.
I think that's so smart because it makes it easy for Web2 people to start their NFT collection journey without any of the headache, which is important because it's hard. I mean, I love Sarah, yet another Sarah. She's texting me, where do I get more NFTs? I want more NFTs. You've created a monster. So
to be fair, for a year, she was like, you should check this out. You should check this out. They're giving these away for free. And I was like, no. And then now I'm like, okay,
that's how it happens.
Where do I go? Give it to me. I want my wallet full.
I love it.
Exactly how it works. And if you see me looking down, folks, I'm not distracted. I'm responding to comments across the other platforms. So I'm definitely paying attention.
You. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so let's get going. I just briefly, I know it's a lot to read. I'll go over it too, but feel free to read or screenshot, whatever you want. I want to talk about what NFTs are. They stand for non-fungible token. It's probably the most garbly, dumbest name ever for anything so important, but fungible is something that you can exchange, like $1 bill in exchange for another dollar bill means the same thing. Non-fungible is your dog. You can't exchange your dog for another person's dog. That's the difference between fungible and non-fungible. And but NFTs are a lot of things. But the simplest way to think of them at the moment for what I'm trying to show as like an easy entrance is that they are digital collectibles that live online and represent who you are in Web3. So, just like people collect sneakers or handbags, you can collect digital art and other unique digital items, and they represent who you are. So you can use your NFT as a badge of social proof. You can change your Twitter profile picture, your Facebook. You can have it be your email sign off. You can just have it in your wallet. That's just like you kind of show off or flex cool things you own in life, like shoes or a purse. This is just another way to do that digitally. When you attend events online or, just kind of cruise around the Web3, and these will become more immersive as the years go by, but that's kind of what it is right now. And so, but you can also, but this is what people do. They can buy NFTs like an investment. It's like buying a piece of real estate and you can hope it appreciates over time, or you can buy it to be a part of a community, like owning a VIP pass to an exclusive club. So those are the two differences. Like NFTs are a lot of things, but the buying to invest and buying to invest in an asset versus buying to invest in a community. I also honestly think communities are an asset. So, there's some great wiggle room there, but anyway, so I just want to say, like, NFTs can be anything. They can be art, music, experiences, tickets. They can be real estate. They can be communities. They can be anything you want. Tax document or documents, contracts. They are everything, and they will be more. And I know that's really vague, but I hope that this is potentially helping. Sarah, do you have any questions? Yet another, Sarah.
I think you explained it really well. I love the analogies because it helps me better understand like why I would want to care.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So to add, last time we were here, it helped me understand why I would want NFTs in my wallet and like the importance of owning space in Web3. So these are very, very helpful. Cool. The way that you have described them is very, very helpful. My brain likes it. My brain.
Oh, good. That's what I want. I want your brain
taking in the information. It's like, okay, I understand this. Yes.
That's very good. So, just like somebody invests in a handbag, like an Hermes or something like that, they're going to wear the S out of that Hermes and take it everywhere. But they also know that they could probably resell that bag on a secondary market and make back all the money they had, if not more, depending, or if it's a little less, they got the value of the experience of owning it and the value of selling it. So that's like the best part about an NFT. Like if you can have an NFT that does that, then that's a really great NFT to have. Something that provides you value while you own it and value when you sell it. And that's what we're hoping to do here with Gen X NFTs. So I want to talk about flipping versus holding. And I know this is small print for my eyes here, but and flipping versus holding in NFT land, they call flippers paper hands and holders diamond hands. I don't know who came up with that, but that's just a term that people like to use. I'm not going to use it here. I've never really warmed to it. And I feel like people don't really use it anymore. But if you ever hear the term diamond hands or paper hands means you're a flipper. Diamond hands means you're a holder. And so, so you can buy an NFT on a mint day, like we're doing tomorrow, and it's a certain price, and you can just enjoy and experience it. You can hold it, and you can experience all the fun perks that come with it, like enjoying the art, enjoying the community, enjoying the utilities that come with it. And that can go on for however long you want. NFTs haven't been around for that long, but people hold them for weeks, months, years. I feel, and hopefully they just keep continuing to give value. So, I say it's like owning a rare vinyl record and you're buying an NFT with the intention of keeping it for a long time. It's in a long-term investment. You hope the value goes up, but in the meantime, you're going to enjoy the music from that record. And so, so they keep their records in pristine condition. It's hard to dirty an NFT. So I feel like you don't have to worry about that. But, you hope that you will hold and your asset will appreciate in value over time. It's like, again, like holding stock and hoping it will have long-term gain. But flippers, it's a similar process, but it's just a lot faster. So it's like flippers like to buy NFTs when they're first coming on the market at mint.
It's like stocks.
Yeah, it's like day trading. It's like day trading versus investing in an IRA, essentially. An IRA may grow slower, but you'll get benefit later. And so flippers tend to go for the really hyped up projects that are usually flashes in the pan, that don't really have a lot going for them. And they just think that their price will really pump high on the day it goes for sale, and they'll buy it for, $100 and be able to sell it for $150 on the secondary market really quickly. And they do that, 20 times a day, and then they make money, whatever. But it seems exhausting and nothing that I'm into or interested in. And people may have different opinions about it, but that's kind of my experience with flipping. And if you want to pop in Sarah NFT, you can too. But I think that, sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's so wonderful to see the comments. We're getting shout outs for the excellent music in our community. And yeah, I completely agree with everything that you're saying. One of the questions was, is there an advantage to flipping versus holding? And are there any, problems that come from holding too long?
Sure. the advantages of flipping versus holding. If you just want to buy an NFT to make money, then buy it and flip it. Some people buy it and flip it within like a minute. Some people wait 10 minutes. Some people wait a day. Some people may wait. There's no emotional attachment. They don't care about the community. They don't care about any of the utilities. They just want to, make a bag, make their bag or whatever. And so the advantage to that is you make money. You don't hold. You're transacting.
Sometimes.
But sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you make money if it goes up. And also, for holding, certainly you can buy an NFT and the value can drop a little bit. And that can happen. That happens almost all the time with mints. Right after they mint, there's a really big hype, which is when all the flippers like to flip. And then the value can kind of settle down a little bit. And then it just hopefully maintains, and the community and the founders prove themselves, and, they chug along on their merry way. And that's a good project. If it's a rug project, I don't want to get into that, but those exist where people just have a project and hype it. And then they get people in there to buy it as fast as they can. And then the smart people flip it, and the people that don't know hold it. And then they take the project offline and disappear and don't dox themselves and take their money. That used to happen a lot in the early days of this, but now more and more projects are growing slower. They have more authentic organic community. They're doxed. It's a lot harder to screw people if they know who you are. So
what does doxed mean?
It means having your identity available to.
We're all doxed right now.
We're doxed. Yeah, we're doxed.
You'll find projects where you don't know what they look like, who they are, where they're from.
Yeah,
it's like so they brand notoriety.
So in the early days of NFTs, for better or for worse, probably for worse, people would just not show their real identities. Because everything was on the blockchain, you couldn't really be identified. You kind of were just a number on the blockchain or whatever. And so people hid behind their PFPs and they wouldn't say who they were. And so it was a lot easier to scam people. And that's
they would disappear.
Because they would just disappear and you couldn't track them. So now with things are changing, or have been changing for a long time, and the good projects are doxed, which means that they have their identities on their website. They show their faces. They're available to the community to get a hold of. And that's a sign of a solid project with good founders that are doing the right thing. And so doxed used to mean, I feel, because doxed used to be like a bad thing. Do you remember a few years ago, it was oh, they doxed this person online, which means they gave up all of their identity and information and address to trolls, and then trolls would go in. I don't know if this is just me, maybe I'm dating myself, but I feel like I used to think that dox was a bad thing, but now it's a good thing. So I don't know. It just means sharing your identity online. So to answer the question, flipping versus holding, if you want to make money, you can flip, and hopefully you will. And otherwise, you'll just keep holding it. And hopefully you'll get the value of the experience of the utility and the community and the membership to these clubs and the appreciation of the digital art you bought. And that will be worth the price you bought it. So even if in a year you want to sell it, and the price of the floor, which I'll get to in a minute, has lowered, you can you may not make your money back, just like you buy a new car and you sell it 5 years later. You got to use the car the whole time, but you'll sell it for a few $1,000s less than you did. And that's, to be expected, right? You can't expect to sell it for more than you paid for. Some NFTs do that, like the Bored Apes and the CryptoPunks and the ones that were really early that I think sold for $100 and now they're worth $1 million. Those days were gone, but they were here, and that was pretty cool. And so if the lower you can get in on a project, the more likely you are to get value from it when and if you sell. And so does that answer your question? Because I want to make sure that I'm clear. Yeah, anyone. Yeah, you, Sarah.
So yes, absolutely. In terms of what doxing is, but here's how I'm interpreting this information.
Sure.
It's because I'm thinking of the Bored Apes. The first thing that I'm curious about is why did it go from $100 to $1 million? Because I'm assuming it's because that was my question. Similar to Bitcoin, right? Where Bitcoin was the first, so that's why they're worth the most.
I mean, what do you think, Sarah? NFT?
I wouldn't say that it's just because they were first. I definitely think that does they were first and they're still around and they're adding value to their community. My personal thought is they've done an excellent job with marketing. They brought on a lot of celebrities. I mean, think about, initially at the beginning of 2022, can you imagine any other project right now that you can buy into and know that you're hanging out with like the Biebs and some other famous folk and even be at events with them? You just buy your way in, or by virtue of holding that NFT, that's not something that really exists right now, like maybe VIP backstage appearances, but to actually be in a community with them, something
on the
very
level
different.
Playing field. That's actually a really good point, because like if it was a meet and greet with Justin Bieber, you're just a fan and he's the superstar. But if you're at a Bored Ape Yacht Club event, you're all equal footing. You all are in this community. So it's kind of, so you're either as cool as him or he's as cool as you or whatever in that sense. And so so that's very seductive.
Something that I think about it.
Yeah. Okay.
A way I think about it too, another Sarah, is, if you think about it, a dollar bill is really just a piece of paper, right? We've all agreed that it has value. And with the Bored Apes and some of the other larger groups, we all agree that this is a fun group. They've all collectively decided the value, and they can add value into that by doing things that we socially all agree that we value. And flipping versus holding, I think, is typically something that you do when you're not as interested in contributing to and gaining benefit from a community. However, that being said, if we think of NFTs in a community that you want to be a part of as a trading card or something like that, you could flip your lower one. Maybe somebody wants to buy that one. You could sell it to buy one that has traits that may offer additional advantages, right? So like if you think back to the old Beanie Babies,
so you're like trading
maybe you have like
five
kitty cat and one doggy Beanie Baby, but if you sell all 5 of them for $5, then you have $25 to go buy the purple hippo.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's a very good way to put it. So you can flipping versus selling an asset to then upgrade to something else, but you still stay a part of a community. I wouldn't necessarily call that flipping. So I think that's upgrading. That's a really good way to put it. I like that. But now I want to talk about floor price, because you mentioned that earlier, or I asked you about it earlier rather. So there's a difference between floor price and mint price, and then the price you actually sell it at. So there are 3 different prices. So real quick, a mint price is the price that an NFT costs the day it comes out and is for sale.
So like tomorrow's your mint day. So like the
cost
mint
day. So that's the price. Exactly. That's the price you cost. Yay.
Woo! Celebrate!
And so somebody then could go and sell it on a secondary market, go to the OpenSea, the eBay of NFTs, and they could sell it for more than that because they want to make a profit. They want to flip it. So, let's say it's, they put it for like $100 more or something like that. And then that is the price that they choose to sell it at. And they can start an auction or a buy it now price, just like on eBay, and see if somebody buys it. And that is just the price they set. So a floor price then is the price when, like I'll read, is a minimum bid. It's like a minimum bid for your 80s action figure. I have to bring it back to the 80s on eBay. So it's the lowest price that a seller is willing to accept their NFT, but it doesn't necessarily denote the market value of an NFT. So the market value is determined by supply and demand, whereas a floor price is set by the seller. So this is what I'm saying. Somebody could feel like, oh, I think this project is going to really lower in value. It's like selling a stock before it totally tanks. Like you buy a stock for $10 and it starts going down and you are like, oh my God, I want to sell it. So you set the price at $8 and that is a floor price. So am I making sense? Like a floor price is just, you can go on OpenSea right now and you can see a floor price of a project, and let's say it's 0.1 ETH. But then that doesn't necessarily mean that the NFTs on OpenSea for sale are all 0.1 ETH. Some are a lot higher, you know. So a floor price is like the lowest price something is being for sale at that moment. And it kind of sucks in many ways, because if you want to be a real dick, you can buy an NFT and then go and sell it on OpenSea and put the floor price really low, and then the whole project looks like it's lost value, which is pretty
cool. Go ahead, Sarah.
And this is not financial advice.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I had a question about, because none of us are financial advisors, right? So like, we're just talking about what we know of. We're not giving financial advice. I'm curious, are there financial advisors who are now advertising their skills for this exact market?
If there are, do not listen to them.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just talking about the people who because there's skilled accountants who can talk to you about stocks. So like,
Myra, now I think it's way too new. Any advisor will tell you that the crypto market does not follow anything that they've ever seen before. It's completely unpredictable. I've seen buying communities, but going back to floor price, I mean, I feel like what Sarah said, it's really like, let's say there's World of Women is a project that I like a lot. And let's say you want to buy into it. The floor price really is just the price of the lowest one that they have for sale. So the cheapest one you can get is this price. Now, the thing that's so deceiving about that is maybe there's only one at that price. And so you might think this project isn't doing very well because I could buy it for this cheap price. Wherein actually there's only 2 out of 5,000 that are that price. And once those 2 are gone, then you're up to double that price.
Yeah, the floor price changes, it fluctuates. So if somebody buys the cheapest NFT, the next cheapest NFT will show the floor price. So people do this thing called sweeping the floor, where some people, like whales or investors or a whole community or somebody will get together, or somebody will buy in on a project, they think it has value and they see the floor price is low. They'll go in and they'll sweep the floor, buy all the cheap NFTs to get those haters out of there that just want to get out of the project. And then the floor price will raise, and then the whole value of the project goes up, and it looks, it's a
like real estate, right? It's like the real estate investors who go in and buy up 4 houses in a row, fix it, right? And then so they change the everyone else's house value, and then they'll come in and they'll like renovate it, so then everyone else's. So it's the same sort of thing.
And maybe like Lucy's house down the road sold for so cheap, and because she wanted to get out real fast, she wanted to sell really quick, and it didn't mean that her house wasn't. Maybe it was like a really great deal, and shoot, I missed that one.
Yeah, but then when you look to see the value of houses in that area, maybe looks like they're lower when in reality they're not. So you go to check them out and you see, oh, these houses are actually way more expensive. So so that's floor price. Let's stop there, because I feel I don't want to overwhelm too much.
I think we got it.
It's a lot to think about. So I just want to briefly, I feel like we answered questions along the way, but is there anything that you have that you want to maybe cover again, or just get more clarity on? If not, we will give away a POAP.
I have many questions, but I feel like for the sake of the agenda, all my questions pertaining to floor price, flipping, holding, and what was the first thing we started with?
Flipping, holding, and floor price, and just what NFTs are.
I'm good.
Good.
And if you're like yet another Sarah, and this sparks more questions, first of all, that's a really good sign, because it means that your brain is trying to get it. And number 2, come join us in our Discord, join us on our socials. The thing that's awesome about our community is we are very generous with our information. We really don't have hidden agendas here to manipulate things. We truly come in with the idea of we're here for education. We're here to rise together. So come get your questions answered.
Woohoo. Yeah. And thank you for that. I appreciate that. So now let's do a POAP. I'm so excited. So I'm going to share my screen and show you how to claim a POAP, because the first live event we did, we used POAP.xyz, and it was like a heart-stopping race to push all the right buttons to prove that you were human. Just the human verification was just like, what the heck? Oh, sorry. Kitty has bidding.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
The Kitty question?
Yeah, because I went to OpenSea yesterday and I was like, why would I care about any of this?
Yeah.
Right. Let's have another session on that. It's a whole lot that we can say about some just like good practices to initially identify if a project is valid. And then we can go into some of the minutia of some of the things that we've kind of like, it's almost like an art of what we've figured out. And I can share some of my secret tips and tricks about how I go figure out stuff.
I would love that.
Yeah, that would be hugely beneficial.
Yeah.
And there's an art to figuring out which stock is going to be a worthy stock. There's an art to guessing, what trends are going to be in the future, what fashion or food.
The difference is that, no one's going to go into Coca-Cola's boardroom and talk to anybody there and get any information unless you work for them. And Web3 right now, there are some tricks and tips that you can get in and some things and words to look for to kind of figure out what's going on with this group.
100%.
Thanks, Kitty.
Yeah. No,
Kitty, you're awesome. We love you.
Kitty's amazing. Yeah. The thing with Web3 and NFTs is you have so much access to people that you might otherwise never get access to. And that is just so cool and so important because you can really get your voice heard. You can be a leader in this space, a tastemaker, a trendsetter, and have a seat at the table, which is cool. And, we can talk about DAOs another day. I will not even go into that, but there's other things you can do to really actually get to make really beneficial decisions for something you're in and have ownership in it too. But that's another day. So let's do this POAP. So Vanity, Sarah, tell them about Vanity because Vanity is cool. POAP XYZ is cool, but Vanity is so much easier to claim a POAP. And we've started using it at Gen X NFT because you don't have to do this madcap prove you're a human game. And it's much less stress.
So we have to be careful about the word POAP because it's not so a POAP is kind of like a brand, right? So like refrigerator used to be Refrigerator, right? So that's like the name brand. So we just kind of tongue in cheek call it a pop. And all that is, it's like proof that I was there, proof of participation. Think of it as like a ticket stub, think of it as a flyer, something to say, here's proof that I attended this event. And so right now we're in Web3 for beginners. And Sarah's going to go through and show you how you can claim your first pop. And it's so simple, folks. If you're not Web3 native, don't freak out about it. It is an NFT, but all it's going to look like is a little digital image. And all you need is an email to claim. If you have a wallet and you want to put it directly in your wallet, go for it. Otherwise, just sign in with an email. There isn't any other steps that you have to do. Just click, and you're solid.
And you have an NFT that you can.
And you'll have your first NFT, and it's free.
I don't know if you know this, Sarah. You can go and sell your pops and POAPs on OpenSea because if you have a wallet and you go to your OpenSea account and you look at what's in your wallet, you can sell anything that's in there. So you can totally list it if you feel like it. And it is like you're starting a collection before you're even having to invest in anything, which is actually pretty cool. So let's say, an amazing concert ticket from, I don't know, the Beatles 50 years ago. Somebody might want to sell that ticket stub on eBay for $500 to a mega Beatles fan. That could definitely be something you do with a pop or a POAP later in the space. Like, oh my gosh, you were at that early LinkedIn Live event where they were talking about flippers and holders with Gen X NFTs. Oh, I need to buy that. So that's
Or I think Sarah wants to reward you too. Come to our Discord tonight. We're watching a movie. There's movie tickets in there you can claim. And now that we have your digital wallet, which is just like a very secure email address, we can give you some free things.
Yep.
I think it's cool too, Sarah Monson, how your collection is the only one that I see specifically tied to like pop culture. So let's say that like I own an NFT that's connected to like a pop culture movie. Maybe they're doing like a remake of. I'm going to be more open to either letting it collect value based on the fact that there's hype about it, or I'm going to sell it because it's active, right? Like whatever attachment to like, I think like Top Gun is behind you, right? Over your right shoulder, right? Right.
Yeah.
So like, I think, so that's how my brain is connecting this is like, where's the value for me? Why would I care about specific collections over others? And that's why it's like OfferUp, right? Like, Christmas time, everything on OfferUp is for Christmas. So like I'm going to go in there for summertime, right? There's like hoses and garden, so it's like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, let me tie what is going on in the world and in the environment to what I want to sell and how much I can sell it for.
It's seasonal. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I love it. That's so smart. Okay. So now let's present. I'm going to share the screen. And we are going to do it right. We are going to do it right. StreamYard.
I missed our Twitter drum roll sound. Like,
I know.
I can do it. You want to do it?
3 for begin. Did that
oh my
show up? Is it there?
It's there.
It's there. I see it. So this is our pop.
Isn't that adorable? So we created this, and it's for the Web3 and beginners crowd here on LinkedIn Live. So every week you can come and collect these. And
put the link in the comments, Sarah.
Oh gosh, yes, I can.
Oh, yeah. I'm like clicking the screen, like I have access to your screen.
Oh my gosh, I had one job.
Sometimes if I'm looking at an actual picture, I will go like this to like think I can zoom in.
Me too. 100%.
Like an actual picture I'm holding. I'm like,
yeah, it's like, why isn't this working? I don't understand. Well, that's not going to be helpful scrolling along, but it's there. So in the comments, please click that app. Did I show it?
Hang on.
Let's see here. Maybe I can go into the platforms too.
Okay, there it is. I got it.
You got it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm claiming
very good. Wonderful. So now it's just hit the green button, man. Just claim it. And then you can continue with your wallet, which I do have my wallet on here.
I'm going to do because I do have my wallet.
Yeah, or you can continue with Apple and continue with Google. So I will stop sharing for a minute so I can connect my wallet just to be super safe. And then I will come back and show you what it looks like. So did I stop sharing?
Let me see.
Hi.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So just give me 1 second while I connect my wallet. And then, oh, that's a fun one. Vanity is cool. I really like Vanity. I like what they're doing. And I like that, I mean, I really hope there aren't monopolies in Web3 like there are in Web2. I think that there are many, many use cases for a lot of different things.
This is when I get stuck with this. So like I clicked it. It asked me if I wanted to connect my wallet. I said yes. And then I took a screenshot of the Coinbase.
Are you signing in with are you signing in with your Coinbase account or your Coinbase wallet?
It asked me which one I want to connect it to, and I chose wallet. And then it just brings me here.
MetaMask wallet?
Right?
Do you want to choose MetaMask wallet?
I don't have luck with MetaMask.
Oh,
you guys, I need help with it because
have been typically
able to connect my Coinbase. I've not been able to connect my MetaMask.
So when I use Coinbase, I find that I have to open the Coinbase browser and then copy and paste the link for it to connect. Coinbase is kind of funky,
okay.
Which is why a lot of people like the email option, but it's just an extra step, no big deal.
Oh, now it's doing it.
Yay.
Now it's connecting to Vanity.
Nice. I wish you could see it. You'll have to take a screenshot and then we will
or just hold up your phone.
Oh yeah, hold up your
I'm gonna go drop the link on YouTube too, so everybody
now I'm here. This is where I get confused. Now I'm here. Okay. Where did it go? So I guess I'll go to assets.
Well, no, you want to go to OpenSea.
I do?
Oh no, you can go to your. Oh, okay, yeah. So right there's going to be a spot that says NFTs.
In my wallet.
In your wallet.
Okay.
You're in OpenSea right now. So up at the top, there's 3 little lines.
NFTs.
You can click on it and go to your account.
It's not in there. I like that this is happening live because I guarantee I'm not the only one who has.
You can troubleshoot. No, this is good.
I need to see your screen to.
So like, this is my wallet, right? This is where it should be. It should be in NFTs, right?
Hold on,
I don't know Coinbase. I only know MetaMask, so I can't answer that about. about it, unfortunately.
It probably takes a second. It takes a second for it to show up.
Sometimes it takes 24 hours.
And honestly, my NFTs don't always show up there. So what I do is I go to OpenSea, and then I click on the top 3 lines, and then click My Account, and then you're going to go to your hidden folder.
Oh yeah, hidden.
I don't know why I'm scrunching down like I'm going to drop into your like that old TV game show.
That is human psychology right there. I'm like this. Let me see.
One day in the meta, we're going to be able to like actually do that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'll just reach up.
Something. I know. Oh, I got this.
Yeah,
I got this. Oh, here's your hand right here, and then it'll go. Yeah, it depends on how the screen is.
I don't think that I can present for you, but yeah. So if you go to OpenSea, right, you connect your wallet. At the very top, there's 3 lines. You click on it. You're going to get a drop down. You're going to click My Account, and then there's going to be this different things. It's going to be, I don't know, like activity offers, blah blah blah, and then there's a hidden folder. Click on the hidden folder, and then it should be in there. If you were successful in claiming it.
I don't know.
This is the beauty of Web3. This is why you literally need to talk to every single. We have what, 9 billion people in the world, so we have to individually go to 9 billion people and show them how to do this.
I'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. Jesse sent me something the other day. I was like, I don't have it. It was there the next morning. So I'll just give it a minute. I'll just give it a minute. Well, okay. Well, thank you. That was actually really good. So go to Vanity. If wallet isn't your jam, just do an email. It's just like collecting anything via email. It's like getting a promo code, but and then you can look at it in Vanity, correct? Is that where you see it? And then,
your wallet lives on Vanity. So on Vanity, you're going to have a username. You'll see a little circle in the right-hand corner. Click on it, and then you can go see your collection.
Yay. Okay. See, that's fun. I like that. And then we do that for every event we have. And we're doing a Goonies tonight. We're doing an 80s dance party tomorrow, and lots of fun to be had. So thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm going to end this up here.
Please shout out your collection drop tomorrow, please, for the
please. Thank you. Yes, we're minting our Gen X NFTs tomorrow. So if you want to go to genxnfts.xyz, there is a place you can mint an NFT. It's going to be right on the homepage. We're converting it over because we just closed the allow list. So that.
And what does minting an NFT mean for those?
It means buying a digital collectible.
It's a collectible, the coolest kind.
Exactly.
One of each.
You can collect a bunch. You can collect one. They all have different utilities. They all have different perks, and they all come with me, your guide into Web3, your Gen X guide with the 3 Sarahs. The 3 Sarahs.
You can up at their house.
Them all.
We got to brand this. I feel something here. I'm pretty excited. So let's get this going. We'll talk offline. Have a great weekend, everybody. Everybody be safe, touch grass, and be well. Talk
Bye.
to you. Thank you. Bye.